friends at home. In this video, I will be doing today's science lesson with you. We are in our science books. We are on page 237. At the top, it says lesson 6. And our essential question for this section is, how can we save resources? So the past 2 weeks while you were virtual learning, Mrs. Hatkoff was teaching you all about natural resources. What were some of the natural resources that you learned about? Connor?
Water.
Water. What else? Drew? Rocks and minerals, right? Anything else?
Cotton.
Cotton. What else? Victoria?
Metal.
Metal. Excellent. These are all wonderful resources that we find in nature. Ava June?
Soil.
Soil. Absolutely. Landon?
Wood.
Wood. You got it. You guys are brilliant. So Mrs. Hatkoff taught you a lot about resources. Now we're going to talk about how we can save resources, okay? So it says, this art uses old things to make something new. How does it help the earth? I make less blank. We're going to try to figure that out by doing the chapter. Okay? So let's go ahead and turn to the top of page 238. It says, what of waste? And I'm going to read to you about a word that says pollution. Can you all say pollution?
Pollution.
Pollution is waste that harms land, water, and air. It can make people and animals sick. Plants can be harmed too. Pollution makes water unsafe to drink. It also makes the air dirty. Dirty air is unsafe to breathe. We all need clean resources. We need clean water. We need clean air, right? But pollution causes harm to our air and our land and our water.
And our animals.
It says, find the sentence that tells the meaning of pollution and draw a line under the sentence. It's this very first sentence here. Pollution is waste that harms land, water, and air. So you want to underline that sentence. Okay? On the top of the next page here, it says, draw a circle on the air pollution. Draw an X on land pollution and put a box on water pollution. So let's start with the air pollution. Does anybody see anything that's polluting the air? I'm going to try to make my camera higher up here so we can see more of the picture. What's polluting the air? Lillian?
The smoke things in the car.
The smokestacks right here. So go ahead, it says circle. So circle the smokestacks coming out of the factory. What else is polluting the air? Isaac?
The water.
No.
I meant the airplane.
The airplane, yeah. See coming out the back of the airplane, that exhaust. So you can circle that is causing pollution. Anything else polluting the air? Blake?
The gas, smoke coming out of that car.
Yeah, the exhaust coming out the back of all these cars. You see out the back of a car, we see that little puff of smoke that comes out. That's the exhaust. So that all pollutes the air.
I know. There's one more.
Do you see any other air pollution?
Me.
Air pollution. What else do you see? Go ahead. Austin.
That birdie that's holding the...
But that's not air pollution. That gets us to our next one, which is land pollution. Land pollution is things on the ground that cause harm. So
the
you
birdie
see,
that's eating.
yeah, the bird picked that up. Do you guys know what that is in the bird's mouth?
No. Yes.
So if you buy a pack of pop at the store,
Yeah.
Beckett knew. He was all excited to answer, and then I stole his thunder. I'm sorry, Beckett. That holds the cans together. It's like a plastic thing. You've seen those? Or if you buy Gatorade or water bottles, they come in those. And
Or ginger ale.
if you throw them on the ground, animals can pick them up, and if they eat them or they get their neck stuck in them, it can be very harmful. So it says put an X on land pollution. So put an X on that one. Do you see any other land pollution, Noah?
I know why the bird is getting that.
Why?
So he can make a nest.
Oh, I don't know. It's not really good material for its nest. What else do you see, Seraphina?
The wheels are going into the water.
Oh, well, yeah, there's some tires on the land that are causing land pollution, so put X's on the ones that are on the land, right? We're not looking at water yet. Look over here, do you guys see? There, it looks like a trash can fell over and it's blowing all this garbage around, like poor animals are, so put X's on all that garbage that you see laying around. That's all pollution. Some in the trees, there's cans over here.
Batteries.
Oh, I guess I should put that on the screen where you can see it. So all those things with X's, that's all land pollution, okay?
And the
Now,
tree.
well, a tree isn't pollution.
Like under it.
All right. Then it says draw a box around the water pollution. Well, that one's kind of a gimme because you know it's going to be in the water. So here I see a pipe that's leaking oil into the water. Here we see some dirty old tires that have gone into the water. Put a box around those, okay? Oh no, look, some of those garbage and some of the tires have floated down under the water. Do you see that? There's some more trash in the water. Oh, it's just awful. There's so much pollution in this picture. All right, well, let's turn the page and see if we can figure out a way to reduce the pollution, okay? So the top of the next page, 240, it says pollution solutions. That's fun, it rhymes. It says people can help keep land, water, and air clean. They can put trash in the trash can. People can keep waste away from water, and they can drive less to help keep the air clean. Planting trees can make the air clean too. Do you ever wonder why I have so many plants in the classroom? And I know Mrs. Hetkoff has plants in her room too. Why do you think I have so many plants? I mean, I love them. That's part of the reason. But why else, Sage?
So you can have fresh air.
Yeah, they help clean the air. So when we're all in the classroom and we're all breathing, the plants are helping to clean the air.
And so you can breathe.
It says, look at the picture here. In each row, write land, water, or air to complete each sentence. So, let's get this lined up here. Okay, the first one, gotta get it lined up there. Okay, people ride bikes. This keeps the what clean? Instead of flying in a plane or driving in a car, what do bikes keep clean? Johnny?
Wait, are you filming for the friends at home?
I am. So can you tell me, Johnny, which one, what does driving bikes do? Does it help keep the land, the water, or the air clean? If I ride a bike, I'm not driving my car or flying in a plane, right?
Yeah.
So what is it keeping clean?
The air?
The air. So on that line, everyone's going to write A-I-R, air. All right. The second row says, people keep waste out of the river. This keeps what clean? So we get rid of all this nasty pollution in the water. What does it keep clean, Beckett?
Water.
The water. So on the second line, we're going to write water. W-A-T-E-R. And the last one, Connor, it says people put trash in cans. This keeps what clean?
The ground.
The ground or the land, right? L-A-N-D. And I'll tell you what, you're never too young to start taking care of the air, and you're never too young to start taking care of the water and the earth. It doesn't take an adult or a grown-up to throw trash in the trash can or to put it in the recycle bin. It doesn't take a grown-up or an adult if you see trash on the ground and you have a pair of gloves or you have something to pick it up with, to pick it up and throw it away. You don't want to touch all the dirty garbage out there because if you don't know where it's been, it could have germs on it that could hurt you. But if you see a piece of paper floating by, pick it up and put it in the trash can, right? So it says here on page 242, care for the earth. You care for resources when you use less of them. You can reduce, reuse, and recycle. This makes less trash. To reduce is to use less of something. So if you're brushing your teeth, turn off the water. Don't let it run the whole time. Now you're using less water, right? Instead of driving your car, if it's a short distance, ride your bike. Now you're using less gas. So when you use less of something, you're reducing, okay? It says you use less water when you turn off your faucet. To reuse, that's when you use something again. It says you can reuse a can to make a pencil holder. Or, there's lots of things that we can use in a different purpose. A lot of people, you know, if something comes in a box, you'll use the box to store other things in. Can you think of anything else that we can reuse, Connor?
When there's metal floating by, you can probably make it a can.
Okay.
A robot.
So if we reuse something, it's when we use it for a different purpose, okay? So instead of just throwing something away, we say, how can I reuse this? What else could I use this for, okay? That's reusing. And then to recycle is when old things are made into new things. You can recycle plastic bottles to make something new, and they actually, when you recycle, they go to a factory and they melt down the plastic and then they mold them into other new things. If you recycle metal, they melt down the metal and recycle it into new things, okay? So when you recycle, they actually, instead of throwing it into the landfill, they repurpose them for something else. So it says, tell about the picture. We're going to write reduce, reuse, or recycle. So he's turning off the water. Is he reducing his use? Is he reusing, or is he recycling? Sage?
The second.
He's reducing, right? He's using less water. So right here we're going to write reduce. Reduce means use less. When I'm brushing my teeth and having so much fun, I never let the water run.
Reduce.
No, I never let the water run.
Reduce.
All right. This guy here, he's putting stuff in a recycle bin, so that's kind of a gimme. What's he doing? Or she doing? Drew?
Recycle.
Recycling. So on that line, we're going to write recycle. R-E-C-Y-C. L-E. And look at this one's kind of cool. They took their vegetable cans after they were done pouring out the vegetables, and they put paper and color on them, and they turned them into little pencil holders. Last year, I had a student, her name was Eva, it's actually Emma's cousin, and she made me a pencil holder out of an old toilet paper tube. So instead of throwing it away, she turned it into a pencil holder, and I was able to keep my pencils in it. Yeah. So that's reusing. So here we're going to write reuse is R-E, and then use, U-S-E.
What's a vegetable can?
You know, like green beans or peas or corn comes in a can. All right. On page 244, it says good as new. Have you ever worn a shirt made from plastic bottles?
No.
You may have. We can recycle and reuse many old things. Metal from cans can be made into a new baseball hat. Metal can also be used to reuse and reused as a planter. Paper can be reused and recycled too. Match each object on the left to what it became on the right. So, let's see here. I got all my pages mixed up now. All right, the milk jug. When they melted down the milk jug, what did they turn it into? Do you know?
A bath.
Nope. They took a milk jug and they melted it down and they made it into what? Ava June?
A playground.
The playground. Can you believe that? They melted down a whole bunch of milk jugs, so put a number 1 there, and built a playground. Number 2 is a picture of newspaper. What can you reuse the newspaper for? Austin?
You can reuse it for like magnets and stuff.
See how we made it into a paper crane? Put a number 2 there. And then number 3, they took the metal cans and recycled them. They melted them down, and what did they make, Mateo?
Into a bath.
A bat. So put your 3 there.
That's a nice bath.
All right, so now it says do the math. Solve the problem. 5 plastic bottles make 1 shirt. So all those plastic bottles that you drink, instead of throwing them away, if you recycle them, 5 of them can make a shirt. So how many shirts would 10 plastic bottles make? Beckett?
2.
2. Good job. So on the line, put 2 shirts. And then turn the page. Sum it up. Draw a picture of land pollution and water pollution. Land pollution, we have that garbage can that was tipped over, remember? And then all the trash had spilled out. So we've got here paper laying around. We have those can holders. What else? All kinds of garbage. Old milk cartons. I'm not the best artist in the world, but you get what I'm trying to do here. Garbage. That's land pollution. And then water pollution, we have the river. And remember, the pipe was spilling oil out into the river. And there were tires and trash all through the river. So that's land pollution and water pollution. And your drawings don't have to be perfect. Now it says draw a line to match each word to the picture it tells about. So this person is turning off the lights. They're saying, I don't want to use that much electricity. Are they reducing, reusing, or recycling?
Reduce.
Raise your hand. Mateo?
Reduce.
Reducing. So draw a line from the hand turning off the light to the word reduce. This middle one's kind of a gimme. It's a recycle bin. So draw a line from recycle to the recycle bin. And then this one, they're reusing the can as a flower pot. So
Let's
reuse.
get. I made one.
All right. Let's take a look now at the brain check. Friends at home, you'll be taking a picture and uploading your brain check. So make sure you do a nice job on this. It says write words from the boxes to complete the letter. Who wants to read the letter? And then we'll plug in the words along the way. I need you to read it nice and loud, Connor, so that friends at home can hear you too. Okay? Go ahead.
Dear Brent,
Dear Ben,
Dear Ben, I just
join.
joined a club. We blank paper so it can be made into new things.
What do you think they do with the paper? Do they pollution paper? Do they reduce paper? Do they reuse paper? Or do they recycle paper? I think they recycle paper so it can be made into new things, right? So let's put recycle. Keep reading. They recycle paper so it can be made into new things. What else?
Paper so it can be made into new things. We blank cans to make pencil holders.
Okay, Noah, please stop drumming.
It is a
What do you do with cans to make pencil holders? Do you reuse, reduce, or pollution?
reduce.
We reuse the cans, right? We reuse cans to make pencil holders. All right, keep going. This?
We reuse cans to make pencil holders. It is a good pizza to shut off lights.
Pizza.
I mean.
What? It's a good pizza to shut off lights, but I think he meant idea. It's a good idea to shut off lights when you don't work it out. All right, friends.
Good idea to shut off lights when we leave rooms. This helps limit our use of resources.
So, if we turn off a light, that's what? Reducing our use of resources. So, reduce. All right, Connor, read us the last sentence. Soon.
Okay. Our use of resources.
Okay, soon.
We will be clean up trash in the park. Blank could harm the living things there. Like
What could harm the living things there? Pollution. All right, and to wrap it up, it says, let's go to the park together. Your friend, me. So we joined a club. We recycle paper, we reuse cans, we reduce the use of electricity. Turn the page. Pause and effect. I blank a bottle as a flower vase to make less trash. Do I reduce it, reuse it, or recycle it? If I'm taking a bottle and using it as a flower vase, I'm reusing it, right? If you're using it a different way, you're reusing. I blank cans, and the old cans are used to make pots and pans. If you turn something in and they make it into something different, that's called recycling. And the last one, I turn off the lights. No, I'm not able to read. I turn off the water when I brush my teeth. I blank the amount of water I use. I reduce. So, some key points to remember from today's lesson. Reusing is when we use something as it is, but we use it for a different purpose. For example, I take a empty cup like this, and I fill it with dirt and plant a plant in it. I've reused it in a different way. Recycling is when we actually send it to a factory, they melt it down and change it into something new. Like if we turn in our water bottles and they melt them down and make shirts, or we turn in our milk jugs and they melt them down and make a slide for the playground. And reducing means using less. So we don't use as much water because we turn off the faucet. We don't use as much electricity because we turn off the lights. We don't use as much gas to pollute the air because we ride our bike or walk if it's a short distance, okay? So reduce, reuse, recycle, those are all ways to take care of the earth, to protect the living things on earth, and to help everything last longer, okay? All right, friends at home, thanks for sticking with us today for our science lesson. We will see you again later. Bye.
Bye.